Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us for this Tiara Talk. It's something that we do as partners in Tiara to share, oftentimes what's going on for us as it relates to the important distinctions of Tiara. And so today we're going to focus on community, which is one of our 6 Tiara distinctions. For those of you who have done work with us, you know that we love to create a learning community where we bring people together for the purpose of learning. But communities occur in lots of different situations and circumstances. And one of the things that we know, for example, from the research on blue zones, those places where people are the most long-lived, among the characteristics, and there are many of them that have to do with, diet and exercise and lots of other things, but one of the most central characteristics is this idea of having a close-knit group of people that you affiliate with and that you feel supported by in the form of community. So that really is indicative of a place of belonging. And so today we want to explore community from the vantage point of belonging. And what does it mean to belong? It means different things to different people, but how do we really understand, like, what are those elements that might make up belonging for someone and have that sense of belonging to a community? So I'm going to turn it over to Andrea to talk a little bit about belonging and what you see as important in belonging.
Yeah, exactly. So in order to feel good as part of a community, what people often say is like, I have a feeling that I belong there. You're kind of at home there. And so what then does that really mean? It means, for instance, that the needs that I have are met by that community. And we might have different needs, like what do I need for a sense of belonging, and what does someone else need for the sense of belonging. And there needs to be some clarity around that. I need to be clear about my needs. Otherwise, I look for something, I have certain expectations, and then I'm disappointed. But I also need to be curious about the other participants in the community. What do they need? And then we find common ground where everybody needs are met. This is one piece of the sense of belonging there. Is there anything that you have to add to the sense of that my needs need to be met? Is there anything that you want to add to that?
Yeah, I would say in the simplest terms, sometimes that becomes evolutionary. We just know and sense that from being around others, what those needs are. And other times, in other circumstances, it may call for a much more explicit conversation. So, for example, within a team, you might actually want to call out, let's get clear about our expectations and what we need from one another. So that we actually increase those bonds of belonging and that sense of community within the team.
Exactly. And then it is like, then we can actually see each other and not judge each other, and then find this common ground where everybody actually can be happy, can feel good. Another point that is important in the sense of belonging is that we are valued for our contribution that we make, an authentic contribution, and that can be very different. I can maybe invest a lot more in the community than someone else, but somehow it is all okay. So I'm valued and appreciated for what I bring, and the other person is appreciated for what she or he brings. And how you can sometimes see it is when communities come together and we really miss someone. We miss someone for who they are. Like, oh, where have you been? We miss you. It's this sense that I really love that. I have been fortunate enough to be in communities like that. And when someone then is missing, we really miss them. Yeah. So that's
absolutely
one.
Yes. Yeah.
And the third piece that for me is also very, very important is we all move through life, so life comes up with a lot of surprises. There are some things that everyone has to go through. Loss is one of them, and somehow the community then is strong enough to hold the space for you, to carry you through, without diminishing that you have the strength to go through things. So you are actually not alone in moments of truth. And I really love that. And when that is the case, when you have experienced that, then you, with your community, the people around you, that they actually help you, that they do what you feel is helpful and comfort and gets comfort, then you know that you're in the right community. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So as we've been exploring this idea of belonging, we've just touched on a few elements of belonging. As you consider it for yourself, there are probably others that will come up, but we've talked about the idea of really having a clear understanding of each other's, needs and what those mutual needs are and how we might each meet them. And we've talked about this idea of being appreciated, being seen and heard and valued for what our contributions are. And then the role that community can play in supporting each other and when we belong in all the various, ups and downs of life, whether it's loss or, something else that's going on, to be able to step in and support someone. I think for me, I would also add this idea of feeling witnessed, feeling seen and heard, and appreciated in that way. So it kind of combines a couple of those elements together, but I do think that's a characteristic of communities that I find particularly valuable. So we invite you as a listener to consider for a moment, when you feel like you belong to a community and you feel like you're an integral part of it, what are the characteristics that you observe there? Because that's an important thing to then be aware of as you're choosing and making decisions about what communities you do want to participate in or not.
Yeah, exactly.
So we thank you for listening to our Tiara Talk today, and hope that it's given you a couple of ideas to ponder about this idea of community and belonging. If you enjoy these conversations, you can always follow us on our YouTube channel, and obviously go to our website and tune in to the various programs that we have to offer, and we welcome you with open arms. Thank you so much, and have a great day.
Have a great weekend also.
Yes.